1-800-449-8255, baby. It's Sharkadoodle-Doo, the Sharkalama Ding Dong. And I was so rudely interrupted, not yesterday or today, but I believe 2 days ago, as I was trying to review this very important album in rock and roll history, baby, Moby Grape, the debut, 1967. Yeah, it got to number 24 on the Billboard 200, baby. I mean, not that Billboard is real. It's probably fake. It's just a bunch of payola. Isn't that true? And everyone's like, Sharky, stop it. Just be like all of us and conform. I'm like, no, dude. Billboard's fake. Radio airplay, fake. It's just bought and sold, People are like, Sharky, it's all real. You're fake. I'm like, yeah, you guys, I'm fake. At 1-800-449-8255. But all of you are real as you spread herpes and fucking shit. And everyone's like, well, that's good, Sharky. We're like torturing and killing ourselves and eliminating ourselves. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, you're doing it all for me so that you die and get out of the way. And I, Sharky, take over right here in the Sharkulation, because I, Sharky, know that repetition is king and queen, baby, at the same time. And God's like, you can try, Sharky, all you will, all you may, all you can. I don't care. I don't need your help. And I'm like, God, I don't care that you don't care, that you don't need or whatever my help, because I, Sharky, go on. And when I'm talking about Moby Grape, the debut album, 1967, I don't care if my Android phone, the golden EIB Sharkerphone gets cut off. It doesn't matter. I go on talking because I have the smooth, silky delivery, baby. It's so clean. It's so fresh. It's so refreshing. It's beyond silky smooth, the delivery from the Clark the Shark mouth into the golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone. It's a Sharkerphone. It's smoother than Hush Bimbo or Hannity or Howard Stern or Jim Rome or Savage or Mark Levin or Mark and Brian or Kevin and Bean, or all of them, dude, pale in comparison to the fabulous Dr. Shark right here on Shark Radio. And when I'm talking about Moby Grape 1967, I'm talking beyond Little Sharky's underground psychedelic garage, baby. What was I saying the other day? We're going to an underground garage where there's actually cars parked. And I'm like, move these cars, because I'm going to jam with Moby Grape. I'm going back in time with Skip Spence and all these guys. We're going to jam, some psychedelia. People are like, those golden days are gone now, Shark. It all sucks now. It's all shitty music. I'm like, no, I'm bringing it all back, people, because I'm Clark the Shark. And I am maybe not the Wayne Gretzky or Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig or, Mickey Mantle of the microphone, you guys. I'm just the Steve Garvey. I got a few skeletons out in the backyard, buried and all that. And I'm not perfect. I'm not clean. I'm about like Steve Garvey at the microphone at 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. I got my issues, baby. There are a few hiccups here at the Sharky Show. But I'm not quite in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or the Microphone Hall of Fame or any Hall of Fames. I'm kind of like Steve Garvey, but I'm even more like Pete Rose, because I really am number one. And everybody knows it. All of you know it, but you're like, because of some technicalities, Sharky, We can't let you in the Hall of Fame, like the Microphone Broadcasting Hall of Fame, or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or the Hockey Hall of Fame, or the Baseball Hall of Fame. You're not in there, Sharky. Too many skeletons out in the backyard. I'm like, you know what? I got a big bag of lime, and I pour them on those skeletons down in the ground. I'm going to make them skeletons disappear. And people are like, sorry, Sharky, for just like Steve Garvey. You may be great. You may be batting .292, but you're 8 points away from 300. So you're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or the Baseball Hall of Fame or any Hall of Fame. And I'm like, what about all those guys that only bat .252 and they're in the Hall of Fame? And they're like, sorry, Sharky, I think you're referring to like Roger Maris. He ain't in the Hall of Fame. And I'm like, maybe his record should be in the Hall of Fame. You know, number 61, whatever it was. I mean, why is Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame? And they're like, he ain't in the Hall of Fame. He'll never be in the Hall of Fame. Never. Neither will Mark McGwire. Never, because they do steroids. And I'm like, me, Sharky, I do steroids proudly. I admit it. Fuck it, who cares if I do steroids? That's what makes me better than Hush Bimbo, better than Michael Savage, better than Howard Stern, better than all of them. Mark Levin, Hannity, Greg Gutfeld, it don't matter. Jim Rome. Who's that fucking guy? Crowder, louder than Crowder. I'm even better than him. I gotta do steroids, baby. That's how I get better than everybody. Right here on the fabulous, amazing, unbelievable Clark the Shark Show, where I'm fucking better than everybody. And Dick Clark gave me the golden EIB sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, you guys. My dad was saying he's old hat. He's just mediocre, that Clark the Shark. He don't know what he's doing. And Dick Clark was like, Gary, you just don't know your own son, Clark the Shark. You know, you don't get it. He's exceptional. He bends all the rules. He breaks all the rules. He breaks all the molds right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And when I'm talking about Moby Grape, I'm talking about going beyond Little Sharky's underground psychedelic garage, because this album is like, it's weird, you guys. It's like country. It's like blues. It's psychedelic. It's rock and roll. It's garage. It's everything I love. It's 1966. 1967 and 1968 all rolled into one. My three favorite years of rock and roll music, you guys. And I think, Quicksilver Messenger Service captured it. Maybe the Dead captured it. Maybe the Who Sell Out captured it. Maybe the Airplane captured it with After Bathing at Baxter's and or Surrealistic Pillow. Maybe Country Joe and the Fish, For Mind and Body, baby. Electric Music captured it. I don't know, maybe Bowie captured it with that first Bowie album that everyone says, is so lame and the critics think is so lame. But I, Clark the Shark, I will determine what is lame and what is good here. The entire planet Earth opinion, all the countries, all 200 of them, it all comes down to what happens in the shark tricks, not the Matrix, not that simulation that Elon Musk discovered, that they now know that I, Clark the Shark, really do. For I, Clark the Shark, am like Yahweh or El Elyon or whatever, God. It's me, baby. And when I'm talking about Moby Grape, I'm talking about one of the greatest albums ever recorded in the history of mankind, you guys. I love this album, you guys. I love this band. I love the Jefferson Airplane. I love 1967, that year, Psychedelia, Sgt. Pepper. But in a way, I don't like Sgt. Pepper and some of the stuff coming out of London, coming out of England, because over in America, the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland, Flower Power. Even though Frank Zappa said Flower Power sucks, I, Clark the Shark, am like, Zappa, how the fuck you go on record saying that shit. I mean, I kind of agree, you guys. Flower power, where all the chicks are giving out free love. I mean, they wait till I'm only 2 years old in 1967 to be handing out the free love. I don't like that, you guys. I was only 2, and I'm not old enough in 1967 for free love, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I'm a little bitter about that, you guys. And all these ladies who are handing out free love, that ain't right. They should have been fucking handing out free love in like 1992 at 1-800-449-8255. But that's when like all the liberal riot girls took over. And those girls are like, we'll divorce you. We'll sue you. We'll get the nastiest lawyer ever, Clark the Shark. And I'm like, in a way, I'm happy I didn't even get signed, or I didn't make it here on the Clark the Shark Show, because, that one lady who's like, I'm going to get the nastiest divorce lawyer ever. That's how they all are. They're all into women's rights and pro-choice, and they're so in their independence until they marry someone. And then they're like, oh, I'm going to get the nastiest divorce lawyer ever, Sharky. They all turn into fucking Taylor Swift right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And when they're not dating 60 men, they're marrying one and making his fucking life hell. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, baby. That's right. But Moby Grape, 1967, they would never make your life hell. In fact, these guys are out to make you happy and peaceful. I don't know, maybe not, maybe. But this album, you guys, with this country, blues, psychedelia, garage, I mean, they're really holding on to 1966 here, you guys, if you want the truth. They put this out in, I don't know, you guys, June 1967, you guys. And I don't care what the stars say. You can give it I know it's going to get 5. Fuck yeah, dude. I could only give Moby Grape a 5, All Music 5, Rolling Stone 5, the Encyclopedia of Pop Music 5, and Clark the Shark, you guys, my opinion matters more than any human being in history. Columbus, fucking Magellan, the Magna Carta, dude, let me tell you, bro. It's all about Shark-a-doodle-doo, the Shark-a-lama-ding-dong. And I would give this album a 5 by Moby Grape. And if you got DirecTV 8 tracks, or, what's that other one? DirecTV 8 tracks or Time Warner, or whatever. Those, you got to listen to those oldies radios, because they play good shit. I know, the modern cable TV shit, you want to hate it. But when they play those 8 tracks in 60s and 70s and all that shit, you can get an education listening to that shit. Now, me, Clark the Shark, I already knew at 1-800-449-8255, for I am the Sharky of the massive vinyl collection back in the late 70s, 80s. And it don't matter about your fucking vinyl collection. I know we got all these guys on YouTube. They got no personality. They're not funny. They're not irreverent. They ain't nothing. They're like a robot in front of, they're sitting there on the screen on YouTube, and then behind them, they got a huge vinyl collection. Oh yeah, like that vinyl or CD collection is going to make them more smart or more knowledgeable, like more important than me. Thou, Clark the Shark, 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a fucking microphone, it's a Sharkerphone, because it was given to me by Dick fucking Clark, motherfucker. Dick Clark, you guys, hello, huh? Ring a bell? American Bandstand. He ain't giving no Sharkerphone to nobody but me, right here on K-Shark, or whatever the fuck you want to call my talk radio. It's number 1 everywhere, baby. The Milky Way, Andromeda. I don't even know the names of those other galaxies out there. But I'm telling you, Venus, Saturn, Mars, Mercury. Dude, Mercury's so fucking close to the sun. Mercury goes around the sun something like 7 times to our 1. I don't even know. It goes around the sun, and it's super hot on Mercury. Those aliens are, dude, that live on Mercury, fuck, dude, they are fried. It's always hot there, you guys. But even they are like, yeah, we love Clark the Shark at 1-800-449-8255. Mercury, Venus, Saturn, fucking Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, but especially, you guys, on Uranus. Clark the Shark is number 1, and never forget it. And Jefferson Airplane, fucking love them or hate them, you guys. They ain't Quicksilver Messenger Service or Moby Grape. I like to dig deeper when I'm talking about 1967, you guys. When I'm going deeper into that Northern California garage, because I'm sure Moby Grape would be like, you guys, we are more underground, more bluesy, more country, than that sweet hearts of the rodeo birds shit. We are it, Sharky. We're the real deal, but we're also in a garage. We're not pro. Look at us, And when I'm thinking my music, Clark the Shark and the Greenhouse Effect, it really comes from Moby Grape. And this album more than anything, much more than the Jefferson Airplane. I fucking love the Jefferson Airplane. I love Paul Kantner. I love Grace Slick and Marty Ballin and all of them. But you could tell that Skip Spence is like, I'm going deeper. I'm not going to hang out with these corporate Billboard 200 people that want to fucking hang out with Dick Clark. I'm going to go with Moby Grape and go deeper, underground psychedelia, and yet still be on the charts, still be on the Billboard 200. And I'm like, yeah, you guys, I feel it. Nobody will ever accuse Moby Grape of selling out, you guys, ever. Because, when you get 5 stars like this, you guys, you make a fucking album this underground, this fucked up of an album, and you impress the underground psychedelic scene, the underground blues and country scene, and the Billboard scene, you fucking impressed them all, baby. You own everything. And in a way, Moby Grape is a bit like Clark the Shark. They fucking rule every scene. It could be underground, it could be overground, it could be a garage. It don't fucking matter, you guys. Moby Grape, this band, like, hey, Grandma. Jerry Miller, Don Stevenson. If you want to hear a great album, you guys, in all seriousness now, Mr. Blues. They have a right to call a song Mr. Blues, you guys. Because this album is so dark. It's not happy, you guys. It's dirty guitar. I love the way the guitar on every song is recorded. It's not too overtly psychedelic. It's a little bit like the 13th Floor Elevators or those bands, but it's got something magical, you guys. Fall on You, track 3, side 1. It's all amazing, you guys. Peter Lewis. 805. I mean, that gives me like a San Diego vibe, like you're just stuck in the fucking traffic on the 805. And Come in the Morning, dude. I'm keeping it a family show, you guys. I'm not going to say anything gross or talk about dirty things. Come in the Morning. Come on, I'm just going to leave that to your imagination. In Omaha. Incredible. Every song here is like catchy, melodic, atmospheric, garage, and yet beautiful and lovely, you guys. There's a country vibe, like a blues vibe that no other band has. Naked If I Want To. That's how I'm being with you guys right now on the Clark the Shark Show. Kind of like Dirk McQuickley, Dirk McQuickley from the Ruddles. He's like, let it be naked, Sharky. I don't like Let It Be Naked, you guys. Fuck that. I like the real Let It Be with all the orchestration and score, with all the fucking shit that Phil Spector did. I don't like Dirk McQuickley, you guys. I actually hate him. And he's 81 now. And in a way, I'm not going to say it, you guys. I kind of wish him dead. Dirk McQuickley. Fuck that guy. He needs to shut his fucking mouth. I can't stand Dirk McQuickley, you guys. Naked. I'm going to be perfectly naked right now if I want to here on the Clark the Shark Show. And there's a lot of reasons I don't like Dirk McQuickley, dude. I don't fucking like that guy. He's like, oh, I told you, Clark the Shark, I'll sue you if you continue to disparage me on the bleeding Clark the Shark Show. I'm like, Dirk, how the fuck could Dirk take all the shit off, what Phil Spector did? That album was a piece of shit. Let It Rot by the Ruddles, 1970. I mean, did you guys watch that disastrous recording session with Ron Nasty just wanted to leave? He's like, I just want to leave and take Yoko with me. And Dirk's like, oh, you can go. You just quit the Ruddles. Let Us Rot naked. And I'm like, a band like Moby Grape would never have a disheveled mess of a recording session like Let It Rot, 1969. And someday, side 2, you guys, track 1. It's all good here. Miller, Stevenson, and Skip Spence chimes in here, Dude, you guys got to check out the Skip Spence album, the solo album. It's interesting. He really captures that Bay Area, California sound. A lot of bands were confused because the Byrds, all those guys, McGuinn and Clark, and even the asshole Crosby had a country thing. So there was a little bit of pressure on a lot of people to, write a country song in the late 60s, like The Who did, Now I'm a Farmer, and the Stones with Dead Flowers. And, me, Clark the Shark, I love country. And it's all over this album here, Moby Grape, but done in a good way. It ain't no use, you guys. Miller Stevenson. Side 2 is amazing. I like side 1 more, you guys. Sitting by the Window. Changes, Lazy Me, and Indifference. Probably one of my favorite songs. Not because it's by Skip Spence. Not even. I fucking like Moby Grape for all the moments without Skip Spence. But I love him. I love all these guys, you guys. I love psychedelia. Even when the psychedelic bands attempt to go country or whatever, But when they keep it bluesy, they keep it in a garage like this album, it's fucking amazing, you guys. And of course, all the guys in the band, they're all critical in this democracy called Moby Grape. Peter Lewis, Jerry Miller, Bob Mosley, Skip Spence, Don Stevenson. It's a democracy, Moby Grape, you guys. And why this band didn't make it bigger or get more fame in psychedelia and in that underground country shit or underground blues, it's not fair. It reminds me a little of Clark the Shark with the Greenhouse Effect. But, with repetition, like I do, you guys, you get your music out there in videos and you just fucking keep trying. You never give up. Like me, I keep playing my music to all of you in America one way or another. And, it's clear that the late 60s, I just got stuck there. And then a lot of people say, well, Clark the Shark, you're also kind of stuck in the 70s, like 1972 or 73. And I'm like, yeah, you guys, Harry Nilsson, Cat Stevenson, and what's that called? Seals and Crofts or whatever, Croce, dude, Jim Croce, John Denver, dude, I'm stuck in that bread. But I got there because of stuff like Moby Grape in the 60s, psychedelia, when I think free love really meant something. I don't like liberalism at all, as you guys know, but 60s liberals, I don't know. I kind of got some weird respect for that scene because the music was great and you could tell the people were, those people were secret. They didn't really believe in that liberal shit, you guys. Today, those people from the late 60s would be called Republicans. I'm not kidding. They would be called conservatives now. And when they talk to Grace Slick or any of them, they're always like, yeah, I ain't with this fucking shit. Like the people from today that want to censor people, like Facebook. Grace Slick said that in an interview. She's like, the Mark Zuckerberg, like Facebook. Today's liberals, they don't even know what liberalism is, you guys. Frank Zappa would fucking puke. He'd be like, censoring people? Like you want to stop people from talking on the left and the right? Fuck that, dude. Moby, Grape, these guys would never censor anyone. Never. At 1-800-449-8255. They don't fucking care what you have to say, you guys. And neither do I, Clark the Shark. Yeah, man, I respect liberals in the 60s. I know that many of them were scumbags, but that's not, it's kind of not fair to like them just because their music was great. But I gotta admit, you guys, the music was fucking great in 1967. And I'm not just talking about Moby Grape and the Airplane and Country Joe and the Fish, dude, or all that shit, or the Who Sell Out, or Pink Floyd and Syd Barrett. I'm talking it was all fucking great. Even the Supremes were great. Smokey Robinson, Motown, The Temptations. Everything was fucking great in 1967, you guys have to admit it. And virtually everything today and since 1991 has fucking sucked. Today's world sucks because the people suck, because liberals suck, because liberals are empty robots, you guys. They fucking suck. And Clark the Shark was right and correct the whole time. And now you guys are fucking figuring it out, but now it's too late. You're all listening to me now. And I feel like Peter Tork in the Monkees movie Head. Now that it's too late. But you're listening to Sharky. Well, it's not too late, you guys. Go get into Moby Grape and get into underground psychedelia in 1967. Get that album Acid and Flowers. And get into some fucking Flowers and Acid, 1967. I want you to hear the underground psychedelia. It's more important than the Jefferson Airplane. I fucking love the Jefferson Airplane, you guys. But there's something about that underground psychedelia that never made it. And a lot of those bands never got signed. And they, 1968 came along with the heavy music and they all just drifted away and got forgotten about. And it's sad, you guys. And some of the bands that did make it big, like the Electric Prunes and, the Strawberry Alarm Clock, they just faded away. It's sad. The Who took over with that live show, you guys. It's kind of not right. It's not fair. But that's how it goes right here in the Shark Tricks, the Matrix, where nothing is real, you guys. It's just Strawberry Fields forever here, you guys. Clark the Shark controls it all. And nothing to get hung about. That's very sad, you guys. John Lennon got shot by Mark David Chapman. But in some weird, twisted way, I was only 15 years old and I got born that day when he died. And I came here to tell you about Moby Grape. I want you all to go back to the 60s and find out when the great music was. Because it's never been great again since, you guys. Fuck the 70s, too. It wasn't even good then. It was good in the late 60s. And that's it. Really, it really is true, sadly, you guys. And you will find nobody greater than Moby Grape in this album right here. I want you to go buy this. Amazon, iTunes, Spotify. If you're a young person, you're only 19 and you were born in 2004 and it's 2023 December right now. I want you to get into Moby Grape and learn about the blues garage rock, psychedelia, real underground country. Fucked up music that kind of doesn't know what it's doing, that has no direction and yet has all the direction you'll ever need. I want you to buy this album right here on the Clark the Shark Show. I mean it, you guys. Go buy everything from the late 60s and get into that. Don't even listen to 70s. Don't even listen to 80s or 90s. Fuck all that. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone. That's right. The Wolfman Jack on crack, Shark-a-doodle-doo, the Shark-a-llama ding-dong. I want you to listen to Moby Grape, one of my favorite albums right here. I wish I could play you guys these songs, but you know that YouTube would ban and delete you if you play any music, just because that's what liberals do to have fun. They don't want you having fun, you guys, but I do, me, Clark the Shark. Right here on the Sharky Show, I hope you buy this album, and I'm out of here. Peace.